Hello, everybody. My name's Rick McCutcheon. I'm a Dynamics 365 MVP, and I'm here today with Jon Rivers. Jon, introduce yourself and tell the people what you do.
So I'm Jon Rivers. I actually own a couple marketing companies. I actually help a lot of the Dynamics partners and ISVs with marketing efforts. That's basically the real thing I do. I also do a lot of volunteering in various different places. One of the key areas that I'm volunteering at the moment for is Directions, the conference that's coming up in a couple of weeks' time.
And that's what we want to talk about today, is that we're actually getting together in Florida the first week of April at Directions North America. So tell the audience about the conference. What's it going to be about?
So historically, for anyone who doesn't know Directions, historically it was a NAV partner event. Pure partner, no end users or anything, but where partners would come together, learn about the product, with Microsoft coming in and as well sharing their expertise about new releases and other parts that are really were pretty happening out there, right? Over the years, the event has evolved. Today, of course, we're not talking NAV anymore. We're talking Dynamics 365 Business Central. But this year, we're really changing it up. One of the things that we saw out there in the market, that really there is a need to start bringing in more around the Power Platform, teams, customer engagement, all of those areas that really fall into the catchment area of the SMB. So I'm going to say that people are going to see a lot of messaging more around SMB than probably BC or NAV, but that still doesn't mean that we don't have a huge focus on the Dynamics BC or NAV platform during the event. That's still up there, key and top, but we're starting to bring in this extra content.
And I think that's great, because really when we start to talk about the Microsoft messaging and where they want to take what the partners are doing, we're going across platform now. There's no more standalone applications. So everybody's working with Teams, everybody's working with modern workplace, and hopefully in my case, everybody's working with CRM as well.
Well, let's hope so for you. But at the same time, right, Rick, you know that CE may drive the ERP sell and vice versa. So at the end of the day, is even if there is that integration, either one could be driving. So there's a lot of collaboration that needs to happen between the partners. What I know that, and I'm sure you see out there, is that we have the dedicated CRM partners who don't touch ERP. But they need to build a relationship, or they may already have it, with a partner that can help. So there can be a little bit of lead generation happening, and vice versa. So there's still a lot of ERP partners that don't have CRM practices and need help there.
That's a great point, because I think there's, we see it more in Europe, I think, the P2P of partners working together, but we're starting to see it more in North America, because exactly that. Like, I'm a CRM expert. If somebody has a Business Central project, I have a Rolodex of Business Central guys that I call, and they may do CRM, but I've worked with these people before. They're not going to take, the CRM piece of the project. But I think that's the model going forward. And what I like about a partner conference is, we talk about the product, but when we get together, we can talk about the business of Dynamics, which is a different conversation.
Right. And that's why we have, not only what happens outside of the tracks, that's why we have a dedicated executive track. And we're really trying to bring that up to another notch this year as well, with the content that we're bringing. So at the end of the day is, one, we know everyone is excited to come back and be in person, but two, delivering amazing content and trying to go up a notch as well. That's really the key. And just for anyone who doesn't know, and maybe people come and beat me up for this, but I'm actually the one that's actually managing all the content for this year. So at the end of the day, I hope I do a good job there.
So, speaking of content, you were telling me earlier that, we've got MVPs talking, we've got partners talking, we've got Microsoft people going to be there.
Yes, we do. We have Microsoft coming from different areas. We have Microsoft bringing a humongous group from the dev team out in Europe. And then, of course, we then have various people from the US and the Canadian side in attendance. One of the areas I will say is that for anyone looking for the support team, this year I looked up and we have half a dozen, 6 people. If you don't know what half a dozen is, but 6 people, right, who are actually coming from that team joining the event.
So it sounds like it's going to be a full house and an exciting time in Florida. So I'll post in the content here where people can find out more about, the conference and make sure they get a ticket and get to Florida the first week of April. I can't think of a better place to be.
Hopefully the weather, I mean, I live in Florida as well, but the weather today is just spot on. It's beautiful here. So if you're up somewhere in the Northeast and you want to get away from that snow, come on down, or even wherever the snow is. So just come here and enjoy and get a lot of benefit from this event. I mean, I'm probably going to be biased, but I think it's one of the best events that happen in the partner community.
Okay, Jon, thanks for your time today and looking forward to catching up in Florida.
Likewise, I look forward to catching up not just only with you, but with many other people in person.
All right, bye for now.
Thanks.